Tell me about yourself. Hi, I'm Shweta, 22 years of age, and I come from a small town called Shivapur from Belgaum district. And we are 6 members in a family: my father, mother, I, my younger sister, and 2 younger brothers. My father is a landlord, and my mother is a housewife. And my sister is pursuing her BBA, and she is in second year. And one younger brother is in 10th, and the other is studying 9th standard. And I have been born and brought up at my grandparents' home in Gokak Falls itself. And to tell about my educational background, I have done my schooling. I've done my schooling in the Forbes Academy, Gokak Falls, with 68% in the year 2005. And have completed my plus 2 in JSS College Gokak with 73% in the year 2007 with commerce stream, and completed my graduation, a management course in Karnataka Arts College Dharwad with an aggregate of 73% in the year 2010. And now I'm working at eLakshya, Knowledge Process Services Private Limited, Bangalore. To be brief about the company, it's into financial services, and it is basically into 2 streams: recruiting and retailing of financial services. And I have joined the company in the year 2011 as senior sales executive, and have 6 months of experience. And my hobbies are listening to music, reading novels, magazines, and painting, playing carom, chess, taking part in co-curricular activities, and singing as well. And I'm self-respective, enthusiastic, have stage courage. I'm an optimist and patient enough, which is very important in one's life. Why are you leaving your last job? This position seemed like an excellent match for my skills and experience, and I'm interested in new challenge and opportunity to use my skills and experience in different capacity than I have in the past. And I'm interested in a job with more responsibility, and I'm ready for new challenges. What experience do you have in this field? Working at eLakshya has always been a good experience to me, and in this course I was into multitasking. So I had been into retailing of financial services activities which involve life insurance, mutual funds, vehicle insurance, and health insurance also. And my role was to talk to people about their financial status, and accordingly to give financial planning for them, and also get the policies done. So, and I was involved in operational work where I worked on MS Excel, and that has made an increase in the level of confidence and known to the headhunting process, and also improved my telecalling skills too. Do you consider yourself successful? Yes. During my management course in the year 2010, for example, I was HR event head for the National Level Management Fest, which was conducted for the first time in the history of Dharwad. And there were 18 teams altogether participating. So I had 18 members, that is 1 member from each team, to participate for HR event. And this event had 9 unique rounds, and I was the organizer for this event. And it was a challenging task, especially for me, as my assistant was very junior to this kind of events, and I had to manage it all alone. And though she didn't know much about, but she helped me quite a lot times, which was very necessary. And it was a 3-day fest, and the first fest I ever conducted, and everything was fair and fine, and it worked out very well and was successful without a single issue, and had the best feedback from the other colleges, and those 3 days are the successful days of my life. What do co-workers say about you? They say I'm punctual, and I'm very cooperative, especially when I'm in groups, and friendly nature. I have patience, and they say I can handle stress, and I respect elders, and I'm kind-hearted, broad-minded, and have a helping hand. What do you know about this company? Villas and Life Insurance Company Limited is a very big company with a joint venture of Aditya Birla Group, and a well-known and trusted name globally amongst Indian conglomerates. And Sun Life Financial is leading international financial service organization from Canada, and the life insurance industry ranks amongst the top 6 private life insurance companies, and VLSI provides a platform for building career with opportunities of growth and has a way for those who are self-driven with a right attitude. What have you done to improve your knowledge in the last years? I always try to consult my mistakes, especially with the elderly and experienced person, and I have attended seminars on personal development, time management, telephonic skills, and even management too. And I have opened my ears and eyes to the real world, which has made me aware of the. Are you applying for other jobs? Yes, of course. I have been in search of a very good organization where my knowledge and skills are highly appreciated. And so far, I have found your organization as an excellent source of exploring my skills. And I'm glad that I'm here and being. Why do you want to work for this organization? I want to work for this group especially because your company is rising and reputed, and I'll be glad to be a part of this company. And my motto in life is not only to earn money or work for money, but I want to be a public figure, and I want to feel proud when I'm telling to others about my company. And I have read more about this company, and this company provides good salary and incentives so that a worker toils for work. And about myself, I'm a self-motivated and hard-working person, and I'm honest and humble, and always try to be worthy for the company as much as possible. And my dream is to give my skills and attitudes for your communication, so that not only I, while working, but my company too will get success. And the company is well known for its commitment to community, and I would like to take the opportunity to participate in this making this a better place. Do you know anybody who works for us? I'm sorry, I do not know anybody who works. What kind of salary you need? With respect to my experience and the industry norms, I'm looking for 18k to 20k. But given the economic environment and my interest, I'm interested in the job. I'm willing to be flexible. Are you a team player? If so, can you give one example from your life? I am a great team player because I work hard to become knowledgeable in the field of my interest, and I also love to pass on my learnings. And one of the teamwork aspects I enjoy is good open discussion and giving likewise feedback and suggestions. And it was a team of 8 for the storyboard, where I had it every week during my management course. And I believe a successful team depends on the responsibilities that each person and every member takes on, and not just the leader. And everyone brings something to the plate, and interacting with other employees, the way I work help to ensure quick implementation as well as finding efficient solution for any issue. So therefore I have had a very good experience working in a team as well as working independently. How long would you work for us if hired? I believe this company has capacity to offer me a rich and satisfying career, and I would like to remain employed here as long as I am having a positive impact. What can you do to us that others cannot? Well, I think I should meet other candidates first. I'm a good organizer and have a great sense of humor, and I'm technical minded and a good communicator too. I'm an optimist and dedicated to my work, and patient enough, which makes in making all my above qualities strong. And I'm good at problem solving and have the ability to work under pressure, and an ability to focus on the projects, and have a leadership skill. What is your philosophy towards work? I believe in smart work rather than doing hard work, because hard work is a self-satisfying but doesn't fairly reward to amount of effort we spent on the task. And on the other hand, working smarter has a better way to accomplish. If you had enough money to retire now, would you? Well, according to me, money is not the criteria for retirement. It is the knowledge and experience which matters. And even though I have enough money, I would rather continue with my job to learn new things. How long would it take to make a meaningful contribution to the firm? Uh, I'll take 6 months to a year as I pull my weight from the first day to fulfill needs of the company, and so that I can put my major contribution. Explain how you would be an asset to the organization. I understand hard-working and dedicated employees are an asset to the company, and I will always put my best of my efforts to be one of them. Why should we hire you? I am enthusiastic person, having high level of motivation, always positive attitudes towards the goal. I have a good sense of humor. I am honest and humble, and a decent human being, and dedicated and willingness to walk extra miles to achieve the excellence. And also I am a team player and have a self-learning capability, and I am a strong belief in myself. I believe my skills and profiles match well with that of your organization is looking for this position. If you give the opportunity, I can make valuable contribution to your organization. Tell me about a suggestion you have made either in your college or at school or at home, and how it was accepted. During my college days, I had a teacher named Goodin ma'am, who used to take production management class, and one day she gave us assignment, and the assignment was to suggest the best layout for easy production flow given its various departments. And each one of us had come with different layouts the next day, and it was her class, and everybody gave their opinions, and it was my turn then, and I had actually worked out 3 different layouts which was on paper on exactly how it looked like, and I explained the production flow of all the 3 layouts and suggested one best layout which had no wastage of space, and the flow was very easy and systematic compared to the other two, with the advantages it had. And it was a student's choice to come out with the number of layouts they want to come with, and so we were 4 of us who were finally whose suggestions was taken into consideration, and the assignment and assigned with other projects too. What irritates you about the co-workers? I believe it is of utmost importance to stay a professional, especially in the work environment. What are your greatest strengths? My greatest strength is my positive attitude, knowledge and patience, and an ability to prioritize, problem solving skills, and an ability to work under pressure, an ability to focus on projects, and leadership skills. Tell me about your dream job. My dream job, to land in a career that will give me a good exposure to all that is latest, and offers professional growth, and I believe I am closer to my dream. Why do you think you do well at this job? Firstly, my strengths match the company's requirements, and it is of my interest working with the company with this kind of environment where I can be updated and use my skills and knowledge to excel in my work, and that is why I believe I can do well at this. What are you looking for in a job? I want to gain more experience and learn a wide variety of things. That is why I am looking for a job. What kind of a person would you refuse to work with? I like to work in a team with different people, as group work is good result, but certain times there happens to be an some individuals because of whom this group work gets ruined, and the person generally would be a person who do not like working with working in groups or maintain lots of individualism, and or a person who is never ready to accept the other person's ideas or thoughts, and because of which the complete group performance ruins, and a person who doesn't perform well can be made to work by motivation, and a person who never mingles with can be brought into the team, and by making all the teams together and sit together for some party, or say like a fest kind of, and make them become open to each other. But a person who has a problem in accepting or listening to the ideas of other members or team will prove to become an obstacle to the team performance. So I would say that such a person would be the one with whom I would feel uncomfortable in working with. What is more important to you, the money or the work? For me, work is important, and I'm concerned what type of work I will be offered, and based on the performance and the workload, I should be paid appropriately. What would your previous supervisors say your strongest point is? I believe my previous supervisors say my strongest point is that I'm a smart worker and initiative. Tell me what a problem you had with the supervisor. To be frank, I have never had any problem with my supervisor till now. What has disappointed you in a job? Actually, nothing has disappointed me about the job. Maybe a job with not enough challenge would do so. Tell me about your ability to work under pressure, and give example, please. I had participated in the management fest conducted by the Jain Institute of Management Studies at the Belgaum, and it was a 2-day fest, and I participated for finance and was representing my college. So I was given a pre-assignment the day before, and one overnight assignment which had to be presented on the first day of fest. So the rule said that the assignment should be strong both qualitatively and quantitative wise, and there were many colleges participating, so the competition and expectation was very high, and there was a lot of thinking involved to do the assignments. About the rounds, there were total 13 plus 1 rounds. There was an elimination after the first 4 rounds, and followed by 3 and elimination. So after 13th round was the last elimination, and the 14th was the final round. So I was still the 13th round, and I didn't get eliminated at that point of time. Every day we had 1 or 2 overnight assignments, and the program itself, the day end fest only used to get over by 6:30, 7:30 or 8. So by 8 we used to get our assignments, and the deadline was the next day, 8 o'clock. So the first assignment we had to do, and by the time it was midnight, we used to get another mail of another assignment, and we had to do the same, both the presentation as well as PPT. So we had to present it the next day at 8 o'clock, and submission was at 8 a.m. and we had too much of pressure, and those 2 days were 4 days of my 4 days for me, and it was a learning for me. And a thing is, I kept it in mind that it was not me who was participating, and it was my college who was participating, and I was very serious about it. Do your skills match this job or another job more closely? Probably yes, my skills match this job. What motivates you to do your best on the job? Challenge, achievement, and recognition motivates me to do my best on the job. Are you willing to work overtime, nights and weekends? I care for my job and equally for my health, so if I am completing my work on time, so there is no need for me to work overnights and weekends. But if I am required to do so by the company, there's no issue, I am always ready. How would you know that you were successful on this job? Well, I would set high standards for myself and meet them, and my outcomes are success, and I'll be appreciated by the company too. Would you be willing to relocate if required? I want to build my career, so I will give more importance to my work rather than relocating and fulfilling the company's requirements. Are you willing to put the company's interest ahead of your own? Yes, I will put the company's interest ahead of my own. Describe your management style. First of all is I believe in personal accountability. That is, if you make a mistake, own up, learn and move on, and secondly is continuous improvement. That is, on a daily and weekly basis we look at what went right and what went wrong and what needs to be tuned to improve the effectiveness. What have you learned from the mistakes on the job? Well, I used to think that there was one best solution to a problem, but I have learned that that kind of thinking limits the possibility of a great success, and I have learned to give a person a second chance. That the first impression can often be misleading, and opportunity knocks once, and we shouldn't lose it at any cost. Do you have any blind spots? Blind spots means your weaknesses which you're not aware of, but your friends do tell you about it. I would say everyone has a blind spot, and I would too. And that is why I believe in a teamwork. Because when you are in a team, you can point out at others' blind spots, and they will do the same to you for you. And if I start any work, I cannot take rest until I complete the work. If you were hiring a person for this job, what would you look for? If I was hiring a person for this job, I would look for a person having a good communication skills and a positive attitude, team spirit, and for a great dedication towards job and responsibility to work in under pressure also. Do you think that you are overqualified for this position? I never think that I'm overqualified for this position or for this job, because we can't judge any job as small or big according to our qualification. And if we have interest and passion, then we can create wonders, even if it is a small job. And it's better to do a job where my work is appreciated and where I can get work satisfaction. And I strongly believe that by working in this company, I can fulfill my dreams. How do you propose to compensate for the for the lack of your experience? I am more motivated, as I said before also, and I will assure you that I will pick up all the required skills and will be running full speed in a record time, and without even considering it as an issue. What qualities do you look for in a job? A boss should not abuse his subordinates firstly, and if a mistake done by a subordinate, maybe a big one only, but you should talk to him and warn him alone. And if the work is done in time or any excellency found in any subordinates, the boss should praise the person in groups, when he is present with the co-workers. And subordinates never forget the boss who helped them on time and who look after about the problems of subordinates. And a boss has to encourage the subordinate if he has done any good job. And all these will develop respect and faith on boss, and subordinates can do work for that type of boss. Tell me about a time when you helped to resolve a dispute between others. So I haven't had that many conflicts actually, but during my college days I was staying in a PG, and I had a roommate who always used to tell lies, and to me and to my other roommates also, and she used to pinpoint about others' behavior, and she created one fine day she created a big issue telling about others, and we were not understanding what to do with that girl, and so I had got a chance and I spent a day with her and had a cool time outside, and she was just sharing her feelings, so that helped me out to tackle a problem very easily. What position do you prefer on a team working on a project? Any position which I am capable of is my ideal position, and I want to be in a position where I can use my skills and blend with all my team members to make the project successful. And I believe in a team where everybody makes equal contribution, and it really doesn't matter in which place I am to contribute from my side. What is your work ethic? My work ethic is very strong, and I have always taken pride in my work and welcomed many challenges. And my philosophy on work ethic is like everything else in life. The same, like you get out what you put in, and that if you want to be successful at your job, then you have to be committed to what you're doing and determined to gain more knowledge in the field, and not giving up when things really become very difficult. What has been your biggest professional disappointment? Maybe when I could not get back to my higher studies after completion of my BBA, and that was my biggest professional disappointment. Tell me about the most fun you have had on the job with an example. We were actually a team of 4, and we had a task to visit college and give them presentations regarding a company and what we do. So there we had been on the field, and there I had a lot of fun with my colleagues, and I like working with people in a team. Do you have any questions for me? Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity, and I always want improvements in myself. Though I have tried to give my best to you, but would you like to suggest some areas where I need to improve more? And if selected, what is my job requirement? Are you a good manager? And can you give me some examples? Do you feel that you have top managerial potentials? Yes, I am a good manager, and I am self-motivated. I do not wait for other people to put hands on my shoulders to go ahead, and I take decision on my own and not wait for others' consults. And I remember during my management fest, I believe I have done it in a systematic way, and that has made me to gain confidence, which is also one of the qualities of a manager. And I have always been punctual in my day-to-day life, and I submit my project in time. And as manager, I should have the ability to remain calm, and I have, as I told earlier. And conflict resolution abilities that I have has made me to handle people in a right way. And I'm a team player. Most of my projects are done in a team, and I like being with different people and mingling with them, and I like working with such kind of people, and there is an advantage in that again. So trustworthiness is most important being a manager, and I believe my friends, co-workers and the people I have met with believe me. And customer service skills I have. I am an optimist. I also have a leadership skills which a manager will have. Yes, I believe that I have a top managerial potentials. What important trends do you see in our industry? With the deregulation in Indian insurance industry, the monopoly of public companies in life and general insurance has come to an end, and this has augmented the innovation practice initiated by the private players, and the growth in the interactive technology such as internet has further created a wave of excitement in the insurance market, and Indian economy and Indian insurance sector is committed to a double-digit growth. What is your long-term range objective, and where do you want to be in 10 or 15 years from now? My long-term objective is to set up my own business, and I would want to be an entrepreneur in 10 years from now.
What business?
How has your education prepared you for your career, and how will you apply it in your job? My education has focused on not only the learning fundamentals, but also on the practical applications of the information learned within those classes, which I believe the most. And for example, I have played a lead role in the class projects where we gathered and analyzed the best practical data, as I already given you the example. And I have taken not only the required core subjects, core classes. I have taken every class the college has to offer in the management field, and also completed an independent study project specifically in production and marketing and financial analysis. But it's not just taking the classes to gain academic knowledge. I have taken each class both inside and outside of my major with this profession in mind. And in addition, I have also tried to keep a practical view of how the information would apply to in my job. Not just theory, but how it would actually apply. Have you ever had a conflict with a boss or a professor, and how was it resolved? To my knowledge, I have never had a conflict with my boss. But yes, I remember once there was a misunderstanding between me and my ma'am who used to teach me computer, and it was when I was in BBA 4th sem, and we had holidays for some festivals, and it was a 3-day holiday, and the next day was Monday, and that day we had a test. I remained absent for the test because I had actually been to my native for the festival, and the day which I had to return, that day only my relative had expired, so I could not attend the test, so I could not come back to Dharwad that day and attend the test on Monday. So the next day I went to Tuesday I was again back to my college, and I went to her and I requested to write a test on Tuesday afternoon, and she didn't know. When asked, she said that I was absent being present to college, and it really shocked and had seen me. So actually she had misunderstood some other girl as me, and I told her that I was absent as my relative expired at my native, and had a meeting with her. Then she was clear that she misunderstood and gave me a chance to write a test again. What is your greatest weakness? If involved in any work, I finish it until I get satisfied, and I won't leave things that easily until I get them. If I were to ask your professor to describe you, how would they say? They might say that I am very responsible, hardworking, speaks good, have organizing skills, motivated, and have good presentation skills, patient enough, and I think a lot before doing anything. If you had to leave your life over again, what would you change? As long as things I had changed did not interference with how some things have turned out to me now, like still having all my family and the way they are, then yes, I would change a few things, and not a couple of and do not make a couple of mistakes I made, one of which was a big one. And but if there was a chance that some things would change because of interfering with the time, then no, I would not change a single. Why do you want to work for BFSI industry? Basically, one of the BFSI industry is one of the most established and dominated industries now, that is BFSI, banking, financial services and insurance industry. There's a long way to go with this industry, as this will be one of the leading industry in India, and world is going online, and BFSI is an industry which is making maximum utilize of online thing, and my interest makes me work for this industry. Why is your GPA not higher? When compared to my PU and degree, my GPA is not higher in my school, as you can see in my resume, and I was performing well till 5th, and from 6th onwards I went down till 10th, and I'm still not able to find out what made me to do so. and I was not working hard at that time, and meanwhile I had some family issues, so I don't know what exactly went wrong. But then when I got my 10th results, my father was not ready to send me to college, and then I realized the way I went through, and I have taken oath that I will never take a wrong decision again in my life, and it was my mother who encouraged me then to be a right human being. Do you have any further plans for education? If I have a plan for further education, I would go for a distant MBA in dual specialization with finance and HR, and join a financial courses where I'll get a lot of learnings, and also which will be an additional qualification so that I can build my career very strongly. What were your favorite classes and why? My favorite classes were corporate finance, which was of my interest again, and the teacher was good, and calculations would keep me alert. So I think that made me favorite subject. And marketing, where my professor was very active and knowledgeable, and also had some or the other role plays or presentations, something innovative task for us, and that made me to get the interest in that subject. And business communication, the same. I had a good sir, a best sir in fact, and it was of my interest, and I had a lot of things to learn in that, and he used to teach us in a very innovative way. And HR again of my interest, because we got to know so many things of different people, and hierarchy, and top level, middle level, and low level, and so many other different things to be learned in HR, and how to mingle with the people and all to be learned there. So that also is one of my favorite subjects. What are your short-term goals? My short-term goal is to get into management position. The last 5 years of my career, I have concentrated on learning and acquiring all the managerial skills. But recently, I have taken more responsibility in management, because I eventually want to become a HR manager. And I feel I'm doing a different job by volunteering for extra work to gain more knowledge and experience, and hope to be in management position within a year or two. What was your job at e-Laksha, and please list out all the activities that you were performing. My job at e-Laksha was to do a bit of operation work, where I had worked on MS Excel and involved telecalling. To tell about the company, e-Laksha is mainly into two streams, that is recruiting and retailing of financial services. And I had a multitasking role, where I had interviewed few candidates for incubation program also, and they were MBA students. And many tasks was to do the financial planning for the interested customers, and sell them the products accordingly. And joining e-Laksha, I have gained more knowledge, especially in the field of technology. I enjoyed working with e-Laksha or at e-Laksha.